Well, here's a car I had a chance to drive last year in Europe, the Alltrack from Volkswagen. In Canada, this is going to be a trim line of the SportWagen family. So the Golf, SportWagen, Alltrack, and it slots right at the very top. So it's a high line. It comes very well equipped. There's only two packages. One gives you the upgraded LED lights. Another one gives you some other advanced safety features, including the fender stereo, which is fantastic. So what you get here is how we're going to get it in Canada, the big 18-inch wheels. And really what they've done is mirroring what Subaru's been very successful at, which is raising their cars up, putting cladding on the side. And if you put two vehicles side by side, I call one the cross trainer and the other one the dress shoe, the regular wagon being the dress shoe, people seem to gravitate towards that sort of more rugged looking vehicle. And there's no end to sort of other companies that are doing this as well. So this is going to be very interesting. It's expensive, but the good news is in Canada, we are going to get the regular Golf SportWagen with all-wheel drive for 2017. So what you see on this car is more of an aesthetic feature, slightly raised up, now with all-wheel drive, and inside fully loaded. The Alltrack differs to the regular SportWagen thanks to new front and rear bumpers and standard fog lights, plus a unique black grille. The window trim is in satin aluminum, as are the side mirrors. The Alltrack comes with silver roof rails and a huge panoramic roof. The front and rear also have silver lower protection panels, and at the back, chrome exhaust tips. Interior features include standard leather seats with a black headliner, Alltrack logos, and stainless kick plates. Push-button ignition is standard, and the latest 6.5-inch VW head unit is included. This car comes standard with MirrorLink, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. So we don't need to talk too much about the interior of this car because it's carried over and it's a great interior. It's nice to get back in the SportWagen again and see the high level of quality on the switchgear and the dials. What makes station wagons so useful is a lot of people bypass these to go to a small utility vehicle, but if you look at the interior capacity of a station wagon, often, especially in the cargo area, you get more space. I know this from personal experience. I used to own a station wagon and I went to an SUV and it had less space, not only in the cargo area, but also the back seat. Plus you get the driving dynamics of a car. So with the all-wheel drive system, the 4Motion all-wheel drive system that you get from Volkswagen, it's running on the front wheels as much as possible to save on fuel, and then it slips into all-wheel drive up to 50% of the torque to the rear wheels for added all-weather capability. Now with the Alltrack, you get a slightly raised ride height of 15 millimeters, but you know what, there's no penalty in the way that it drives, and we're driving here on some very twisty country roads and uneven surfaces as well. And I have to tell you, spending some time in it today, what impresses me the most is just how refined and polished it feels. It has great feedback to the driver, it hugs the road, and is quiet and refined. You know, I've talked about the Golf in the past with this MQB platform. I call it Audi Light, and it certainly has that feel, more upscale than you expect. Now, who are we comparing this car to? We'll take Subaru, the Crosstrek, and the Outback as direct competitors. The Crosstrek is an anemic car to drive, doesn't have a lot of power. It is going through a continuously variable transmission, where this car has a dual clutch automatic transmission. 6 speeds forward, and that gives you much crisper shifts. You also have drive modes with this car, from normal to sport, even individual. And the all-wheel drive system is the same as you would get with the Golf R. Now the difference with the Golf R is you get the dynamic chassis control, and you don't get that with this car, but you do get the ability to change the shift patterns of the transmission, throttle sensitivity to make the car feel more responsive. So it's a very well-equipped car. That real outdoorsy look of this model though, that gives you that extra ground clearance. The Alltrack has the same engine as the SportWagen. It's a 1.8-liter direct injection gasoline turbo engine with 170 horsepower and almost 200 pound-feet of torque. A maximum torque comes on at 1,600 RPM. The good news is it runs on regular gas, which is one of the reasons why this engine was soaring in popularity before the diesel crisis. Compared to the Outback, that car has 175 horsepower, but the power goes through a continuously variable transmission. This Alltrack and 4Motion equipped SportWagen models come standard with a dual clutch transmission, but no manual. The earliest a manual will arrive will be for the 2018 model year. Front-wheel drive SportWagen cars can be equipped with a manual or Tiptronic transmission. So this SportWagen and the Alltrack specifically made in the Puebla factory in Mexico, and that is important because they put all-wheel drive into that assembly line to make future products. The most important in about a year from now will be the Tiguan. I've had a chance to drive that already, and that's going to be coming on the same line. It's also built on the MQB. But the good news is that now there's an option for those who are looking for a utility vehicle, but they want something a little different. Subaru's really had this market to themselves. Now Volkswagen is in on it. The price starts at $26,000 for a trend line with all-wheel drive. The high line comes standard with the 4Motion all-wheel drive, and that's at $29,032. And this Alltrack, $35,000. It's really good news to have more options in the marketplace. Utilities, people can't get enough of them. This is an alternative and a fun one to drive. Thanks a lot for watching, and it really does help if you can subscribe. If you want to find out more about the new Volkswagen Golf Alltrack, you can click the video blog on the left-hand side to go into more detail.